Hey, have you ever heard of a teething ring? Of course you have. Teething ring is that little circular, squishy, sometimes a rubbery thing that you put in a freezer or put in a refrigerator, and then you give to a kid who's got his teeth or her teeth pushing out of their gums, and they don't know what's going on. It's kind of uncomfortable and weird and odd, and it's a brand new experience in life. Well, I didn't have a teething ring. I had a teething pew. Yeah, that's right. I had a teething pew. And what I mean by that is that when I was growing up, we were in church all the time. And so it seemed as if I teethed myself on the back of the pew that was in front of us. But you know, that's a little bit facetious, but it's true in a way that our lives revolved around church. And that's who we were, and that's what we were, and that's how we defined our life. And then later on, my dad became a pastor, and then church really got serious. And I'm talking about 7 days a week, and I'm serious. I don't know how many times I went a week without being at the church every day. Our lives just revolved around church. And a lot of people's lives revolved around church. I mean, when I was a kid, they wouldn't even let Little League have practice on Wednesday night because it was a church night, and never games on Sunday. God forbid. No, we lived around the church. Hey, my name is Phil Underwood, and I want to talk to you just a few moments on what it's like to be a part of the church and not a part of the church. Because see, what's happened over the last couple of decades is church attendance has precipitously dropped. People getting up, getting ready, putting on their Sunday best, and going to church on Sunday morning is just maybe a thing of the past for so many people. It's not that people have lost out with Jesus. It's not that they don't like Jesus. It's not that they don't think about Jesus. It's not that they don't want Jesus in their lives. It's not even that they don't like worship and great Bible-inspired teaching. It's just that somehow churchiness has taken over something that was really different a long time ago. What do we do about that? Well, my mission in life is to connect with people who have decided that church is not for them anymore. Because we want something, that we need something, that we're called to come together in something, there's something special about that, and there's something very biblical about that. So what I want to do is I want to invite people with me through the internet, through social media, and through all the platforms that are available to us globally to connect with each other and connect with a purpose and be the church of Jesus Christ. I want to lead people in a way where we are learning to live what I call an epic life, a life that experiences the life of Jesus in our everyday life, a life that participates in the life of others in a sense of giving and serving and ministering, and also on the backside of that, receiving and loving and being loved, belonging and belonging to something, to someone, to some people. Not only experience, not only participation, but I want us to become imaginative in how that we be the church in this day and age that we live. I want us to begin to brainstorm and bring our minds and our thoughts and our ideas together to say, how can we really be what I call the presence, the personality, and the power of Jesus in our neighborhoods, in our streets, in our communities, in our workplace, in our schools? How can we do that? And that's what this channel is all about. Connecting with people with whom the church may have fallen out of favor, but with whom there's still a knowledge that they are the church. And what if we, over the course of time, began to be discipled and be developed in the way of Jesus in a completely different way? And then we invited 2, 4, 6, 8 people along with us, and we met together and we talked about it, and we prayed for each other, and we supported each other, and we shared with each other around the table the things of God. What would that look like? I want you to imagine that, and then I want us to become creative. That's the last part of epic living. So that we begin to create ministry and create connections and create venues and create opportunities for people to experience Jesus, even ourselves to experience Jesus in brand new ways. As I said earlier, my name is Phil Underwood, and I live to live this out. And I'm so happy because I get to connect with you here. See, I know what it was like to grow up in the church and be an intrinsic part of the church and even be in church ministry and then not be in the church. And how absolutely confusing, but how absolutely freeing that was. And how absolutely not understandable, but how understandable that was. And I began to research in my heart and pray and ask God, what's the way forward in the midst of the world that we live in to be the church? Because necessarily going to church doesn't mean that you're being the church. I'm Phil Underwood, and I invite you into the epic life. How can you get in touch with me? Just write me at the address on the screen, phil@philunderwood.com. It doesn't get much simpler than that. And I want to share with you my basic outline on what it means to live an epic life. I'll give that to you free, and then you can decide to connect with me or not connect with me. But I hope you do, because as my friend Chris says, stick with me and we'll go far. I'm Phil Underwood. See you soon.